last Monday I completed 75 hard, and so in this video I really wanted to show you my own experience, what I did to complete each task every single day without failure, and what it impacted me right now and what I'm doing right now as well. So I decided to start doing this program because I wanted to do like something challenging during the summer. As well, I was already on an internship, and in this internship I was working 10-hour days for 4 days a week. So I was working on a nuclear power plant, so that means that I needed to commute for like an hour and 15 minutes to the plant and an hour and 15 minutes back. So you already know that I already wasted more than 2 hours for 4 days, and I needed to wake up very early. So what did I do? So I first wanted to explain what is 75 hard, what you need to do, and it's composed of 5 critical tasks that you must do every single day. And the first critical tasks that for me was the most hardest was spacing out the 45-minute workouts throughout the day. Now it requires that you do one 45-minute workout outdoors and one 45-minute workout outdoors or indoors, but one of them always must be outdoors, because the point of this is that there's gonna be days that are non-ideal. It's gonna rain, it's gonna be cloudy. 45 minutes gone. Oh my god, it's raining, but I completed the challenge. It's not a challenge, it's a routine. It's gonna be a lot of wind, and most people, when they see this climate, of course they're not going to go work out, they're not going out to walk or to run or to jog. They prefer staying at home, and because we like comfort. And the problem is that if we always stay in comfort, we are not going to expand our comfort zone, and we're not going to do things that we want to do. So this way we change, right? So this is the point. As well as these two 45-minute workouts can be done in the same time period. You need to space it out 3 hours apart from each other at least. So for example, you can do your outdoor workout at the morning and then your other 45-minute workout at the evening, which you can do it at the gym, like for example in weight training for my case. And for my experience in this task, the days I didn't work, I was able to do it more in the mornings, you know, around just when I wake up. But for the days I worked, I needed to wake up even 1 hour earlier, so this way I did my 45-minute outdoor workout. I'm 4:30 in the morning. I'm talking about 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the middle of the morning, you know, very dark, and go out for a walk or for a run. And I started going out for a run for like the first 2 weeks, I remember. But the problem with this was that my knee really started hurting a lot, like in the area where I started, you know, not walking good. So what did I do was I started rocking instead. And the days I worked, if I didn't wake up to go out and do the 45-minute workout, because where I worked, the power plant was so big that I was also able to walk, because there's a policy that was walking is working. So I decided to walk while I was at the power plant, so during the mornings, because I went to the power plant around 6, so I arrived like 7:30, and I went out and walked for 45 minutes. I still did the work done. And then at the evenings, because there was a gym also, I have the advantage of just going out and working out once my shift was over, which was incredible, right? Now, the second critical task that it also was mentally tough for me was reading at least 10 pages of a book every single day. And at the start, of course, creating the habit was hard. I reminded myself, I used the app as well of 75 hard, which you can check in the App Store or Google Store. It's around $7, but it really helped me stay consistent. I really recommend it if you're gonna do this program. But reading 10 pages of a book was the most hardest thing for me, because before starting this program, I usually was this person that started reading a book, right? But I never finished it. You know, I usually just started reading some pages before going to sleep, and this is not recommendable, because if you're gonna read those 10 pages of this book, of any book, of a non-fiction book, of an entrepreneurial or a self-improvement book. You can't read any fiction or any type of anime books or comic books or fantasy, none of that. It must be self-improvement at least, or fiction. And so you must be aware of what you read. If you read these 10 pages that the only thing that you're doing is reading and learning from it, taking notes, doing highlights, that's the point of it. And this was mentally tough for me because at the start I really needed to focus. It's like studying because I'm still in college, so it's basically the same. You study what you are reading, right? And throughout the 75 days, I read like around 7 books, including the one that I'm reading now, which is the E-Myth. The thing is that when you read, you get the perspectives of other people and the work of so many years of other people just jot down in some pages that you can read in 1 and 2 weeks. So the work that they took for a lot of years, you can read it in less than a month. So it's incredible how much you can learn by reading books and how much time you can save instead of spending in it on social media and other stuff that we all know that it's bad for us, right? So for me, reading books, now some people are gonna tell you that, oh, it's not the best thing you can do, it wastes your time. But just reading 10 pages, reading 10 pages just takes you max 30 minutes, and if you take notes and everything. So what I did throughout this 75 days, and I still do, is that when I read the books, I use my phone to take notes, and if I need to highlight something, I use a highlighter. But I think that starting to do this was one of the most impactful things that have been done in this program. Reading books was always easy for me. I usually do it right before going to work out, when I'm eating my pre-workout meal, or any other free time that I have throughout the day. If the day was very busy, I always have the time to read those 10 pages. Now, the third critical task, and it's a task that you maybe don't like doing it, and most of us, it's the hardest critical task that you're gonna do in this 75 days. And for me, I already was used to it because I already created the habit, but it's sticking to a diet, sticking to a nutritional habit. Because the best example I can give you is that if you are the most average person that wants to lose fat, starts to eat healthy during the week from Monday to Thursday, right? And then comes Friday, they go out to the bar with their friends that have the same bad habits, and they drink alcohol, stuff a bunch of unhealthy and processed foods that don't need, fast foods, fried foods and all of that. And then Saturday and Sunday is just the same. You order the pizza, or you go to the grocery store, but instead of eating healthy, you buy a lot of sugar, a lot of processed things, and the cycle continues. And then Sundays you're like, oh man, I'm gonna start Monday, I'm gonna start tomorrow, and the cycle continues week by week. Now, if you have a structured diet that you follow every single day, including weekends, then you're gonna see your progress. Not only you need to follow your diet, but you can't drink alcohol, you can't have any cheat meals. Create a diet. For me, usually eat the same foods. What I eat is chicken breasts, egg whites, sometimes red meats, and as well as protein powder depending on the recipe, as well as fruits, vegetables, and potatoes, and sometimes oats. And that's about it. And potatoes, I mean also root vegetables, any root vegetable, mostly potatoes and sweet potatoes. And this way you create the habit and change your mindset that instead of eating food just for pleasure, it's more of just fuel for the other tasks you're gonna do. For the fourth critical task, talking about progress, is to take a progress picture every single day. I'm showing right now, since day one, every single progress picture that I did. I'm showing it from my 75 Hard app, and as you can see, you see the changes slowly. You're not gonna see change day one and day two you're gonna have abs. No, you see the change week by week or month by month. And that's the good part about 75 Hard, is even almost 3 months of this program that you can actually see some progress. Now, because my goal at the start was just maintaining weight, I usually looked almost the same, but 1 month after starting 75 Hard, I started on a caloric deficit, and right now I have lost around 5 pounds already, and I still have some more to go because I want to lose the most amount of fat I can before doing a bulk of around a year. But it depends on your goal. You don't need to be on a caloric deficit. Your goal doesn't need to be to lose fat. The thing is that if you want to look healthy and lean, this program, take that progress picture. What I did was just take it at the mornings when I don't have too much body water from the food. I'm not digesting any food. I look more flatter, more leaner in the morning, more naturally leaner of how I really look. And this way I took a picture relaxed and one flexed. And that way you see the difference. Now, the final critical task, and it's also one on details, and it's drinking a gallon of water. Drinking a gallon of water is not only healthy for you, you start creating the habit of drinking more water and less of the bad stuff like sodas or juices and sugary stuff that you don't need, right? So if you drink that gallon of water, which is around 128 ounces of water, you also feel all those benefits. Now you have to create the habit. If you have to track it, track it. For me, I have this bottle right here that it's 36 ounces. So one of the tasks is actually to drink a gallon of water. Now I did the calculations, and 1 gallon of water is like 128 ounces of water. So my Rambler, which I use this since 2019, as you can see, it's very very already worn off. It's around 4 of these, so I will need to take 4 of these daily of water, which technically I have already done, so it's kind of easy for me. And I drink 4 of these, even though if you do the math, 128 ounces is 3 of these and the half of this, but I always drink 4, so always secure the gallon or even more, because for example, if you take some supplements that require you to drink more water like creatine, then it's going to be more easier for you. What I take away from this program is that you can achieve anything if you really take the time and stick to it. You need to stay consistent with it. You need to be consistent, and this program will really teach me already be consistent with other parts of my life, like studying and going to the gym and having my nutrition on point. But this program really made me even more serious, and to take my life more serious. This program made me take my life more serious and focus also on the details, like reading those 10 pages, be sure that I'm drinking that gallon of water, and stick to the workouts and separate them, and do them no matter what. If it's a rainy day like I did, there was typical days where it rained and I still got my raincoat and walked or rocked for 45 minutes in Virginia and here in Puerto Rico. Here in Puerto Rico, like 2 weeks ago, a storm passed and I still did my 45-minute workout. Good morning, everyone. Day 63 of 75 hard. I'm right here at the Littoral, which is like a place that you can walk very long. I usually walk here every day. As you can see, today is the day the storm is passing by Puerto Rico. Hopefully where I am, the winds are not that strong, the rains are not that strong, but I was just recording and man, the winds were crazy. My hair is already wet and it's part of it. Sometimes you have to do the outdoor workout even if it's walking. I'm not gonna run. I can fall down, maybe not, but for me, I'm still recovering from my knees, and just doing this, getting out in the rain, in the wind, when a storm is passing, it's just different. It's very different. I feel like I'm the only one doing this. It's gonna rain again, but look over there. Doesn't see anything, almost anything. Let's go, baby. I still did it. Even though the rain was hitting me, there was some wind and everything. It wasn't that strong, the storm, but I still did it. And I feel so proud of it, and you should do as well. You can feel just as proud as I did. And now, it was the mental toughness part as well. You're gonna lose friends. You're gonna lose people that wanted to see you the same, but once you create a habit of becoming better, the people that are uncomfortable with that are gonna go away. And that's good, because you realize which are the right people that must be on your life, right? And those are gonna be always few people. Few people always are gonna treat you well. Few people are always gonna cheer you up when almost everybody doesn't. Those people are gonna be the ones that like your video when it has 100 views on YouTube, because they want to see you grow. But unfortunately, it's very few people, and you're gonna lose a lot of friends, and that's okay. That's part of it. That's part of growing. That's part of becoming better every day. And the last thing is that I started listening to the podcast of Andrew Frisella. I have already listened to him before, but thanks to him, I really credit him for this program. And I'm not finished. Now I mean, live hard. It's way harder. Now it's 3 more critical tasks that you need to do daily, and it's mentally tough. But if you do the hard things, good things are gonna come. That, if you delay your gratification, a lot of good things will come, and your hard work is gonna pay off. Trust me. But if you want that, you need to be mentally tough. So if you learned something new, like the video, subscribe to my channel, please, so we can get to 500 subscribers, and check out my latest video right here.